Hello guys and welcome to this Venom Plump production. I'm your host Gareth Archer, coming at you with a video that I thought would take a lot longer to come around. But however, here we are, here it is, and of course here ensues the explanation of this said video. So when I uploaded that taking a break video, I meant it. Behind the scenes some things were going on. I've explained this before, I'll explain it again. My graphics card had packed up on my computer, so editing was going to be a bit difficult, and I'd recently just sold my my camera and a bunch of other stuff in order to facilitate me getting an Xbox One X. And I'll be honest, I regret selling that camera. Also at the same time, I went from a Samsung Galaxy Note 9 to a Sony Xperia XZ Premium. Did have a Samsung S7 for a bit, which I'm going back to a Samsung Galaxy S7 in due course. But the Note 9 was brilliant for you know, movie and video taking and stuff like that. However, the Sony and the Samsung don't live up to the Note 9's I think quite superb front-facing camera quality, and it made me regret selling that camera even more and more, to be honest. Now, as I said, when I uploaded that video, I meant it. I was going to be taking a break for a couple of months because I've got some overtime coming next month, the end of next month actually. And what I was going to do is work that overtime and use that money to buy a graphics card and a camera. However, much to the chagrin of the 6 or 7 people that disliked my last video, probably, my return to YouTube has been sped up exponentially. So first and foremost, a good friend of mine helped me out last Thursday/Friday and gave me some money to get a graphics card, as well as to help me out a little bit. I went from an AMD R9 380X to an Nvidia 1050 Ti. And I think I've said this in a previous video, but it doesn't give me any upgrades. It's basically they're like for like in terms of performance. It just means I have a PC that can actually stay on for more than 5 minutes when playing a game or editing a video or anything like that. So that was brilliant. That happened, and I was over the moon about that happening. With some of the extra money that my friend gave me, I went down to CX to try and get a small point and shoot camera to help me out. Unfortunately, as things turned out, they gave me the wrong charger for the camera, so I had to go down and get another camera, or what have you. The camera I wanted, which was a Samsung WB1100F, despite them having it stock in the system, they couldn't physically find it in the store. So I came away from there kind of dejected. I did look online for the Samsung WB1100F, couldn't find it on CX's website. I should state at this point, I did come away with a £30 voucher for the camera I traded in, or returned, or what have you. Sorry about that. I've got some notification popped up on my phone saying the battery is low. Anyway, I keep burping now. Where was I? So I kind of had to go through CX, and I was looking at cameras, and a particular camera took my eye. However, that particular camera was more than I had in the bank at the time, or to my name, in order to facilitate me getting so. So you guys already know that I had borrowed some money from a pool of some kind. I'm not going to say necessarily where that pool's come from, but I borrowed some more money from the pool in order to facilitate me getting what's currently in my hand. I will be paying the money back. I'm not going to reveal in this video how much money I borrowed from this pool. That's between me and the people who control the said pool, and I'm involved in that pool. I put money into that pool, you know. So I kind of want to explain what it's all about, but I don't, because I know for a fact there are going to be some trolls and some dickheads who are going to say things about it. Let's just say me and a bunch of friends have each other's backs. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I need to say. Probably is me and a bunch of friends have each other's backs, and as a result of this, I was able to go out and get a Panasonic Lumix DMC GH1. So I did have a G3. The G3 was the camera I sold in order to facilitate me getting an Xbox One X. I now have a GH1. Now, in some people's minds, depending on if you even know what these cameras are, this could be considered a downgrade. However, I consider it a very significant upgrade, actually. This does everything the G3 did, plus more. The only thing it doesn't do that the G3 did is it doesn't have a touchscreen, whereas the G3 did have a touchscreen. Apart from that, it does everything else so much better. For starters, and this is probably one of the biggest things, especially for a video maker, is it has full manual video control. The other thing this does, that is kind of connected to what I'm about to say, is that on the G3, I did hack the G3, by the way, and I do plan on hacking this at some point. And what the hacking does, it allows you to get better quality out of the sensor, high bit rates, stuff like that. Plus it allows you to remove the 30-minute limit that we arbitrarily have here in the UK, which is extremely annoying. I will tell you why that exists in a bit. And as a result of hacking the G3, I was able to use the photo settings in order to give me a pseudo manual film mode, but it never worked the way it was supposed to work. It doesn't work the way you would think any manual film mode or movie mode on a camera would work. And essentially what that meant is the G3 became a purpose made or purpose built, whatever, movie camera. Because if I was to go out, use photography with that camera, and then come back home and shoot a video, the settings will be way out of whack, because it doesn't segregate between the movie mode and any other photo mode. If I show you very quickly as an example on the GH1 here, there is actually a separate movie mode there. It says M with a camera next to it. That basically stands for manual movie mode. There is you can go to the IA mode there. Don't know how well you can actually see that, and then press the record button there, and it will start shooting in what it assumes is like an auto mode of some description, or what I assume is an auto mode of some description. But what this manual movie mode allows you to do is you can set all of the functions of this camera, so the aperture, the shutter speed, the ISO, the white balance, everything, irrespective of anything else on the camera. So you could switch that. You could then switch to manual mode or shutter priority or aperture priority or program mode, and then go out, just after shooting a video, and then just go, shooting some pictures if you wish to do that. And I have to say, there were times, in fact, you guys maybe remember evidence of this. Just gonna slurp this up. Oh, that's good. That's good. I actually bought a year ago. I've just realised, about a year ago now. I bought a Pentax. I've forgotten the name of the camera right now. A 100D. It might have been K100D camera. To a DSLR camera to just go out, shoot pictures basically, because I couldn't use the G3 to do that because of the way it'd been hacked and that kind of stuff. I had to primarily use it as a movie camera and couldn't use it as a point and shoot camera or as a photography camera, because I changed any settings and things weren't going to go well. However, with the GH1, all of that is manual. There is also the G3 unhacked doesn't have a manual movie mode. It is basically whatever you get. You press the record button, and what you get is what you get. You have no control over that whatsoever. Whereas the GH1, you get a lot of control over what you can shoot, shutter speed. If you hack it, you also get control over the frame rates, such as 24p, 30p, 50p, 60p, all those different things. You can actually switch it from NTSC to PAL, which means you can go from 50p or 50i to like 60p or 60i, stuff like that. The other thing this does is the layout of the body of this is a lot better. A lot of the functions that were buried deep within the menus of the G3 are now just on the body of the GH1. You got autofocus, manual focus, and continuous autofocus all there on a dial. You've got the drive mode there, such as single shot, burst shots, EV bracketing, and timer are there on a switch. You've got the quick menus now up there. You've got a film menu button. What else you got? You got AF AE lock on the back there, on a back button. So you can use back button focus. Actually, I've just realised you can use back button focus with this camera. I think this is a depth of field preview button, which is something actually that camera that I got again a year ago now had, and yeah, find that kind of interesting. That's one of the reasons why I bought that camera, and now I have a GH1 with that very function built in. I've heard the microphones are actually, the inbuilt microphones on the GH1 are pretty damn good. It shoots in the same codecs as the G3, such as AVC HD, Motion JPEG, all that kind of stuff. The other thing is, on the G3 with Motion JPEG, you had a 9-minute limit no matter what. I do believe on the GH1 that limit is again the 30 limit that every camera here in the UK needs to have because of tax reasons, essentially. The other biggest thing this has on it is a microphone jack. Unfortunately, it's a 2.5mm headphone jack, which means I need to get a converter for my lavalier mic in order to attach to this. But that is a major plus, to have inbuilt mic jack in this, so I don't have to piss around with necessarily having my phone recording the audio or what have you. I can just jack straight into the camera, and away you go. I am extremely happy with this camera. Plus, it has the articulating screen that the G3 has, and it also the GH1, because it is aimed at the videographer, has a lot more information on the screen that you can see at all times, and it's just a glorious camera. So that's the GH1. Now I need to talk about where I got the GH1 from, and as you probably figured out, yes, I got it from CX. And why is that notable to mention? So I've heard horror stories from ordering things from CX. Even a certain individual a week ago, when I said to them I was going to order something online from CX, turned around to me and said, "Why would you do that? That's suicide, more or less, or that's asking for a bunch of trouble." And I have to say, I was extremely hesitant about ordering this online. A, because I didn't know the condition this was going to turn up in. So on the CX website, this was classed as B grade. Both the body and lens were both classed as B grade. Now, B grade seems to have quite a wide range of conditions on it. Now, just to let you know, B grade could mean any part of the body could be in quite bad shape as long as the screen doesn't have a scratch or a crack or something on it. C grade would mean there'd be a crack or a scratch or something on the screen that inhibits use of the camera, shall I say. So C grade means there are things in which inhibit use of the item, whether it's the camera, whether it's a console, a handheld device or whatever it may be. Whereas B grade normally means that the actual operating parts of the item, shall I say, work fine, which in this case would be the screen. So that's the first thing I was apprehensive about happening. The second thing I was apprehensive about is the time it would take for it to come. Well, that was a non-issue. I ordered this all on Monday or Tuesday, and it all arrived today, and it's currently Wednesday. No, Monday. I ordered it on Monday, and today's Wednesday, and both the body and the lens turned up. So, no problems there. A day. Yeah, a day. Yeah, technically a day, I'd call it. It took for all of this to arrive. So, no problems there. The third horror story I've heard from people is that when they do order things from CX, they come in such a bad state because CX haven't packaged the packets up properly. Well, I can tell you from experience, in fact all the packaging is just over there to my right to do a separate video on at some point. Everything was wrapped in bubble wrap within inside the box. There was then a box around each item. Bubble wrap was then around the item, as well as a further bit of plastic or envelope or something around that to protect even further. In other words, you could probably have chucked any of these items off of the Empire State Building and they would have still been in pretty damn good shape. CX all round did a fantastic job with this. And I don't know whether it's they've stepped up their game recently because of all the complaints that people have levelled at them over the years, or whether they just themselves thought that they should up their game. But I've ordered things from CX in the past. Most notably, back in the day, I ordered 6 Feet Under from them. It took 6 weeks to arrive, ironically. 6 weeks under, 6 weeks. Yeah, it took 6 weeks to arrive. And I was in constant email contact with CX about the item, and I just kept being fobbed off. When it did eventually arrive, it arrived in a pretty shoddy state, and I quickly deduced it was because of the packaging, or the lack thereof packaging. Bearing in mind, that was got to have been 8 years ago, maybe more than that, thinking about it right now. So, yeah, they've definitely stepped up the game in the 8 years that since I've ordered from them. But I would wholeheartedly, based upon the experience I've experienced with this camera, wholeheartedly recommend you order from CX. I mean, anything above £50 is free postage. Anything below £50 is £1.50 per item in your basket. So be careful about that, and maybe wait until you've got £50 worth of things and then put in one big order. And that's probably a better way of going about it. So I've just noticed something. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that's full. Sorry guys. What else was I going to say? Yeah, anything over £50 is automatically Royal Mail special delivery. Which, if you don't know, and most people don't know this, Royal Mail special delivery is insured up to £500. So say for instance you order something, say for instance, so this lens was £45 by itself, and I paid £1.50 postage. So as far as I'm aware, unless I'm not aware, as far as I know, this wasn't sent via any sort of special delivery or insured delivery of, as far as I'm aware, it was no like special delivery or next day delivery, everything like that. So if this had arrived in the post broken, which it is glass, so it's quite possible it could have, I could have been shit out of luck, and so could have CX. And in fact, I've also heard horror stories where people have tried to claim back from CX, or try to get the issue solved that is the issue, and they've dragged their heels because it has been below the £50 mark and there's no insurance on the item. Whereas anything above £50 is automatically Royal Mail special delivery, And as far as I'm aware, Royal Mail Special Delivery automatically comes with, it's like a £200 or £500 worth of insurance baked in to that service. So that's another thing to consider, is that, you know, if all of this were to arrive broken and all that kind of stuff, and I'd get a refund from CEX, they can still themselves claim from the Royal Mail should they need to, and it makes them far more likely to refund you, as I've heard in the past and on forums and many YouTube video, that if it's below the £50 mark and it arrives broken or in some sort of disarray, shall we say, but they're far less likely to refund you, unfortunately. So yeah, that's just that was, to be honest, these are like years ago, and I wouldn't be surprised if CEX have upped their game quite considerably. But that was back in the day, and some of these YouTube videos are like 5 years old, so you know, take it with a pinch of salt. Anyway, needless to say, at 21 minutes into this video, I am, you know, I have a camera, I now have a graphics card for my computer to edit videos. I am back, baby. Is what I've got to really say. And the next video you will watch will probably be from this camera. So, you know, I am extremely chuffed with the camera, with the service I got through CEX. Obviously, a massive shout out goes out to the friends that let me borrow that money and trusted me in doing so. So, you know, all is good, and I'm extremely happy camper right now, and videos will be coming thick and fast, I can promise you. You know this spiel, guys. Like, dislike, subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure the quotations are around it, and you receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always, guys, please take care, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.